Hey everyone, Coach Will here from MB Wellness, and today I want to talk about 5 reasons to do functional strength training. Before I get started into the 5 reasons, let's quickly discuss what functional strength training is. So there are many ways to interpret what functional strength training is. The way I'm defining it is your ability to train movements that you do in your day and use exercise to help you improve upon those movements, to help you get stronger, build more muscle, decrease body fat, but also increase your mobility. And so when we think about functional strength training, we're training the body in each session as a whole and as it moves. And so when we think about functional strength training, I always like to think about what came first. Was it the barbell squat, or was it your ability to squat? And the answer is our ability to squat. Was our ability to do a deadlift first, or our ability to bend over to pick something up come first? And well, you get the gist of it. It's initially that we're taking exercises, putting into movements that we do every day, training the body as a whole, and making it carry over where it matters, which is what we do in life. Coming in at number 1 is saves time. That is the most valuable thing that we all have and share together, and we only have a set amount of time of. And so it's important to know how to use it appropriately. And so with functional strength training, the way it saves time is in many ways. The most important one is you only have to do anywhere from 2 to 3 sessions a week. I've even seen some of my clients get the results they're looking for with just 1 time a week because of the way that I structure the workouts and the programs to ensure that we're covering all the important bases when it comes to your fitness. And so saving time is such an important thing in everyone's busy lives. And so we reduce the amount of times you have to go to the gym and work out. The other thing too is we can get everything we need done in less than an hour. I'd say 40 to 50 minutes tops is all you need. And if we needed just the bare minimal and essentials, you can get that done in about 15 minutes. And so it's important to remember that when we're taking care of ourselves and our well-being, that we have a selected amount of time in the day and in the week to designate towards that. So might as well be efficient and effective with your time because you don't want it to get wasted. And so instead of doing what traditional fitness is, which is doing splits of upper body, lower body, and focusing on muscle groups, we're focusing on the body as a whole. So in the case that you do miss a workout throughout the week, you don't have to go walking around uneven, meaning if you're doing that 5-day split where you're focused on muscle groups, what you're going to end up doing is, let's say we get sick, something comes up, you miss the workout for the day, the next day you can go back, but now you have to make up time or cancel out that other workout. So if I'm doing a chest workout and then I am sick that day and I can't make it, but the next day I'm doing a leg workout, it's going to cancel each other out, or I'm just going to have to make it up some other time. And so what ends up happening is we end up bottlenecking ourselves with the things that we need to do. So when we do functional strength training, you don't have to worry about that because in each session you're focusing on targeting each major muscle group so that in the case you do miss a day, you're going to be fine the next workout because you've covered your essentials and your bases. Coming in at number 2 is less painful. So when I have seen this done in the past and from my own experience as well, a lot of times people still have this idea that there's no gain and no pain. So initially, if there's no pain involved, then there's no gain in what I'm doing. Meaning that my workout has to make me feel shitty and sore in order for me to feel as if I'm getting the benefits. And if I don't feel the muscles working, or then it wasn't effective and I didn't get my time well returned because I'm not feeling sore. And I'm here to say that that's a completely outdated way of thinking, that idea doesn't work from years of experience, and just also understanding that if you're looking at just getting yourself sore and thinking that's going to lead to progress, or that's an indicator of progress being made, I mean, to the very small amount, yes, but to the majority that people think that you have to go into, oh, that's where it gets dicey, man. Because what's happening there is you're preventing your ability to go back and recover from that session going into the next. Because it's very unproductive to make somebody so sore that they can't come back the next day, or that they're too sore to even do anything. Because then what happens is their busy schedule with their kids gets kind of pushed back, or if anything, it becomes excruciating. Chores around the house that you have to do become very painful and hard to do. Work becomes uneasy because your low back is hurting, or your knee might be hurting, and you have a either sedentary or active job. Either way, it's going to suck and it's going to make things more difficult. So when you do functional strength training, it becomes less painful for a matter of a couple reasons. Number one, we're not doing extreme amount of volume, fancy words for a lot of reps, on a specific muscle group or that specific joint. So then what happens there is we spread the workout throughout the body, and it helps us with managing that soreness. The other thing too is there's less likely of an injury happening when you spread the work out rather than target it into one specific area. So that joint doesn't get overused when you're having a chest day, and instead you're spreading out the work so that the whole body is doing the work with you rather than that specific joint. Coming in at number 3 is it's more practical. When I say it's more practical, what I mean is when you're doing functional strength training, most times they're going to involve equipment that isn't machine-based, that isn't barbell-based, and it's more so going to involve kettlebells, sandbags, resistant bands, suspension trainers, your body weight, lever bells, a variety of different tools. And the reason that those are more practical is because they're teaching your body how to move and how to use your body, instead of sitting on a machine and expecting it to just kind of put you through the motion. And rather than you learning and teaching your body how to do the movement, you're just kind of moving weight around. And that's fine and all. However, there's more practical use in being able to learn how to do a lunge properly, so that when you go down to kneel to pick something up, or to play with your grandchildren or your kids, you're going to have a better result of learning how to do it and get up and off the floor with ease versus sitting on a machine and doing a leg press. So the practical use of functional strength training carries over into the things that we do in our everyday lives. Coming in at number 4 is it covers more. And what I mean by covers more is when you do a functional strength training workout, specifically the ones that I do, you're going to have a variety of different aspects covered, from the warm-up to the cool-down. So in the beginning, you're going to be rolling out your major muscle groups that we're going to be working with a foam roller, which allows for you to feel better, get more blood flow to the area, but also increase your mobility. The second thing that we're going to do is core activation. We're going to get our core to fire up. We're going to wake it up with certain exercises to stimulate your core to prepare for the next motion, which is going to be mobility, where we focus on mobilizing major joints in the body to help you prepare for your workout. As soon as we're done with that warm-up, what we're going to do next is some core and stability work, where we're focusing on more directed core work, which is important to have, but also some balance and single leg work to pair with that, as well as upper body work as well. And from there, we're going to move into a next area, which is going to be strength and mobility, where we're focusing on strength building exercises, as well as either upper body or lower body mobility, to just help us increase our ability to move better while building strength. The next area that we'll go into, we'll wrap up with the workout with, is going to be the cardio conditioning aspect, where we elevate the heart rate by doing either some med ball slams, some kettlebell swings, some jump rope, whatever may get the heart rate up to elicit some type of cardio effect. And at the end of it, we go into the cool down, where we're focusing on some static stretching, as well as getting our heart rate to go down through some diaphragmatic breathing. Now, all that is covered in 50 minutes or less, whereas in a traditional style workout, you may walk on the treadmill for a few minutes to get yourself warmed up, and then do some light work into your major exercise for that day, and then do the rest of the workout. And to me, that's a poor way to warm up, because your joints aren't going to be mobilized, your core's not going to be stable, and also your blood flow is not going to be to those specific areas that you're going to be working. So this is why functional strength training is going to cover more, because like I said, we go from the warm up all the way down to the cool down, where traditional fitness just gets you sweaty and sore and just right into the motion rather than preparing the body for what it's intended to do. And coming in at number 5 is greater flexibility. And when I mean greater flexibility, I do mean it in a specific way, with your joints and muscles being more flexible. However, what I mean with the flexibility is similar to saving time, is you're going to have more flexibility throughout the week to do the things you want to do, instead of having to focus on those 5 workouts a week you used to have to do. And so with the flexibility, let's say you do a functional strength training workout and you're doing either 2 or 3 days a week, you're not stuck on a rigid day that you have to do your workouts. You can adjust the days as you see fit, because again, it's covering all these areas and all these major muscle groups that you don't have to worry about missing a day. So there's flexibility within your schedule, but also there's flexibility within the workouts themselves. Let's say you're short on time and you only have 15 minutes. Well, if you stick to just the essentials, which is a core exercise, a lower body push, a upper body pull, a lower body pull, and an upper body push, these 5 major movements, you're going to be able to still get results, still be consistent, by doing the least amount of things you need to do, by doing the essentials. And I don't know any other type of workouts that allow for you to have that type of flexibility with the results and the routine that you're doing. Well, that wraps it up for this video. If you have more questions, or if you have things that you want me to dive deeper in, please let me know. But also, give this a shot. See what it's like to do a functional strength training workout and see how it's different. I'll see you guys in the next video.